everyone. Welcome to today's coffee and conversation with here Ilsa Fragrances. Did you want to try and share it?
I just did.
You just did? Okay.
It finally worked. That's why I was surprised. Like,
All right, fantastic. I'm so excited to be here today with you. We are in the lovely Ruby Mint General here on McDowell and 15th Street. You should come down and check it out when you have a chance. Here we go. I have my papers as usual because this is not, in my wheelhouse. So welcome to Ilsa Fragrances Coffee and Conversation, where we highlight the achievements of amazing women like you. Thank you for watching. Please say hi and send us any questions you have. My name is Ilsa Manning. I'm the founder of Ilsa Fragrances. If you don't know about us, briefly after the birth of my first daughter, I was inspired to create Ilsa Fragrances. Hi John. Hi Kat, thank you for joining us. At its core, we encourage women to believe in themselves, understand their true potential, be empowered by this knowledge, and achieve their dreams. You are incredible, and you can do anything you put your mind to. Hi, Kat. Thank you for joining us. Our first fragrance is a powerful and sophisticated fine fragrance called Infinite No. 1. It's here, back here, hiding with all of our beautiful drinks from Smooth Brew, just across the way. Infinite No. 1 because your potential, your capabilities, and your dreams are infinite. It's available at ilsafragrances.com and here at Ruby Mint General. Now, on to what you're here for, coffee and conversation. If any of you follow Ilsa Fragrances, you know that I'm an avid coffee drinker. So pairing good coffee with while engaging with an amazing woman and learning about her journey couldn't be more appropriate. Today, I've already said we've got a fine coffee from Smooth Brew. Please allow me to introduce our next coffee and conversation guest, Carine Dieude, Strategy Director at, I'm going to read this so I don't mess it up, Strategy Director at Altima Business Solutions, and she is Mentorship Chair she's a board member, Mentorship Chair for Girls in Tech Phoenix. Among many other things. It was hard to figure out how to describe you. So here is Carine, and I'm so excited to have her. Please ask your questions. So Carine, tell me a bit about yourself and your path to being, so this is where I did get the creative, entrepreneur, advisor, champion, cheerleader, extraordinaire. Can you describe your journey for us?
Sure. I think it started out of necessity. I'm a horrible employee. I have way too many challenges with authority to work for people. I love working with people.
Okay.
So I'm an engineer by education.
Okay.
But I never worked one day in that field again. Those challenges with authority to become a professional student. So I said I did want to save the world. But instead instead of research, I fell into entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Right.
So do you know that started out as an engineer and then fell into entrepreneurship? This is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. So I was born and raised in France. You can hear my funky accent. And I moved straight to the Caribbean out of college.
Oh, incredible.
And so what do? I don't know the area, anything, find my first little job, but rapidly I got the opportunity to participate in a startup. Okay. Not a tech one whatsoever, but that's how I learned the possibilities.
Okay.
Right? I had no idea.
Yeah.
From there, created several businesses, exited some of them, had the whole gamut of story from it works, it's a success, it fails, the partner leaves with the cash.
Oh my goodness.
Everything under the sun, I guess.
I can't even imagine. Hi Q, thank you for joining us. Wow, that is a huge challenge, and yet you picked yourself up, obviously, and kept going.
Kept going, yes, until the day I got recruited by a private equity firm that was based in London. And even though, I was not, it took me a year. I mean, it took them a year to recruit me. I was not really enthused about working again for somebody.
Yeah.
But they made an offer I couldn't refuse, and it included traveling.
Okay.
So they were sending me wherever in the world they were acquiring companies, and my job was to grow these companies to the point that where they will sell them or the permanent team will take over.
Yeah.
And I could pick my assignment, so that was fantastic.
That is really exciting. Hi, Amy. Thank you for joining. Hi, Q. Okay, so traveling all over the world.
Yes, there was only one criteria where the sand is super white and the water crystal clear and warm. That was the one criteria.
Those are good criteria. Yes. I think we probably all have those criteria. Hi, Amy. Great, thank you for joining us. Okay, so you've obviously lived in some beautiful places.
Mostly islands, I have to say.
Okay. So, and now you're in the desert. So how did you land here?
Well, so that was a map thing, right? So look at the map, tropical plants. So I only grow in, 80 plus degrees, 90% humidity. Okay. Well, we get to the desert part. Yeah. So I look up, I love the East Coast. I was in Florida prior to here, but where is it warm? No way I can do snow, anything like that. Right. Oh, look, Phoenix, 5th largest city in the U.S. Yeah. You have all the sports team. Yeah. Red Rock, Sedona, must be nice people. Here I am. Yeah. Yes. I didn't factor in very well the desert part. Right. The dry. I'm still working on it.
It is hot, but we have humidity right now because we're in the monsoons, but other than that, it's dry.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. So that has been an adjustment, and actually that's 5 years, almost to the day that I arrived here.
Wow. Congratulations. Yes. You're almost native. Well, compared to people. Sure. We have so many transplants here. Hi, Marion. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so getting here to Phoenix, so you were looking for the climate, but then how was it just the climate that brought you here, or what was it?
No, I needed not a sabbatical, but I needed a break again. The corporate world is not for me, so I was not very happy in that environment. I've always loved the work doing, but there's not a lot of reward in growing company, and the only impact that you see is the final report to shareholders. Yeah. There's nothing very fulfilling or rewarding in that. So I took a little time wondering, okay, what am I going to do?
Yeah. Hi, Samira. Thank you for joining us.
And finally just met randomly my current business partner. Okay. So we had great connection. We stayed in touch. I didn't intend to work for someone or anything of that sort. But it started by a project. Hey, could you help me with a project? Yeah. And the second one, and the third one. So
kind of just being open to the possibilities.
Exactly. And then that's what made me realize how much I was missing that work. But now applying
the entrepreneurial type work.
Right. And working with smaller business as opposed to corporation. Yep. Now you can see the impact on what you do. You can see how you make a difference. And I think that's something I've always been passionate about. How do I contribute, right? So that's how.
That's really kind of what we all want, essentially, isn't it? How do I contribute, and seeing it come to life.
Right. Absolutely. So I,
Can you tell me something recently that you kind of seen come to life, something that you helped come along and come to fruition? Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot. That's a big question.
No worries. I think a common thread, I'm going to share, I cannot share a particular, right? But a common thread that I notice is how we get stuck in our own way. And we do not understand the possibilities. So most of my work is on the strategy side, meaning explained simply is what is the next best move that I can make to advance my company within my finite resource. Yes. We have a tendency as entrepreneurs to say, well, I need more money in marketing. That's what I need. Yeah. And we close ourselves to opportunities that are right in front of us that just require maybe a tiny shift in our perspective. So that's usually where the most reward come from when you see entrepreneur and business owners having that aha moment saying, oh, I actually can do it.
Yeah.
As opposed to, but I need that and I need that resource and I don't have the time. Just that realization
wow, that sounds like me.
But we all get stuck in how, even in our own companies, sometimes we have to drink our own Kool-Aid, right?
Yes, right.
But the advantage is we have a team, so we can share. And sometimes that's not the circumstances for
the small business.
For the small business where, you know, typically you are mostly on your own, so it's yourself and yourself, right? So it goes around in circle.
It's true.
But it's pretty powerful to see that transformation right there and there. And you see that by working with, entrepreneur, but also through all the mentoring program, right? With students. That's also the reward. When you have that moment, that realization that you actually can take a step that will advance you.
Yeah. Hey, it's true. Okay, so in working with small businesses and entrepreneurs, what are some of the challenges you've helped others overcome as they pursue their passion?
Let's see. I think the biggest challenge nowadays is really understanding your market and your customer.
Okay.
We all have those fantastic device phone, right?
Yeah.
But that has changed our behavior. Now you can find a lot of statistics showing how much we rely on online search for finding products, service that we need, right?
Everything, right? Google is a verb. It's in our vernacular.
Now we're Googling, absolutely. Yeah. And I can't remember the number. I think it was 86% or something like that of increase in the searching for something near me.
Yes.
Before we used to search for really, brick and mortar near me. Now it has expanded and it's service, product, anything near me. The other side of the coin is that now you have to deal with more educated customer.
Yes.
And average doesn't cut it anymore.
No.
So how can you get that relationship with customers?
That's it. So people are looking for things that are more local and they're more educated as well. So
right. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds scary. That's great. We want our customers to be educated and we want them to know about our products or, whatever we're giving to them and know that what we are providing to them is local and high quality as well.
Right. So it requires of us to make an extra step to get into that relationship. It's no longer about really the product.
Yeah. Yes.
But what we're satisfying for them. So if you think, we tend to do those exercises in abstract and use words and look at, in Google and find templates and how can I do that? But if you think, how did you make friends? How do you to get to know these people? You have conversation, you share something, you ask questions.
Which is why we're here today, to open up to you and see what your questions are and help you on your journey to get to where you want to be.
Yes. Yeah. So I think that would be the biggest challenge I help entrepreneur work through is, again, it's not that far away. You have closer customer, you have opportunities, again, to generate revenue, create sales, closer to you than you can imagine.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's incredible. That's incredible information to know, and especially now with the movement to shop local and be local, we want to help each other out in our community. Hi, Kristen. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so what do you advise entrepreneurs do when they're feeling discouraged or had a setback? Because I imagine that's maybe oftentimes why they're coming to you, because they're in a spot. Yes, they're in pain. In pain.
Yeah, so that's funny. We just had that conversation earlier. I'm running a meetup group to have those conversations. And someone shared yesterday that, again, finding themselves in a challenge, they went through Googling and trying to find resource. Went to a conference. They were hoping to get answers, but it just overwhelmed them. The information was very overwhelming.
Yeah.
So I think we lack perspective in those moments.
So so she expressed that she just became overwhelmed with doing it that way. So how did she, or what do you recommend to get clarity, to stop feeling overwhelmed,
Right.
to get that help?
So the first thing is
you
to
have an
ask for
answer?
help. Yes, I do have an answer. Hopefully they match with your expectation. I do have an answer. We have to get outside of the one perspective that we have. And I know there's a quote from Albert Einstein that resonates a lot with me. He said that, if I had 60 minutes, I will spend 59 minutes on studying the problem and 1 minute on the solution.
That sounds like me every day.
Right? So we spend our time, we are focused on the problem, so the solution eludes us.
Yes.
So the first thing I strongly recommend is ask for help. And sometimes it comes in many forms, but the main goal is to get an outside perspective. Not in receiving advice, you should do that, you should do that.
Yeah.
But having someone help you work through, and very often by questioning. Because you have the answer somewhere, it's
just buried underneath the problem.
Underneath
maybe.
the problem.
Yeah.
So having just a third party, someone else, ask you question. Not you should do that, because then you become, the next shiny object. Oh, I was told I should do that. You go in many directions.
This is true.
But just trying to remove the clutter. If that makes sense?
Yes, that makes perfect sense. That is great. That is, and it confirms why we need mentors, or why we need, why it's important to have someone outside of what we're doing to approach and be like, hey, let's sit down, let's have a coffee, and here's what I'm dealing with.
Right.
How does it sound to you? Ask me questions.
Right. No, it's a very important point you bring. And last year there was a big survey here conducted by Empowered Phoenix about women business owners in Arizona. And one statistic that really shocked me was the resource that women business owners feel are helping them. Number one was networking. I have to network to get business.
Yeah.
And as far as the mentoring, it was barely a third, 30%, 35%. I thought that was useful.
Yeah.
So coming from the other side, where I would always use mentor, I'm like, oh, that's not something, I take it for granted. But the majority may not.
And maybe that's it. We need to flip it. We think that we're helping ourselves by networking, when in fact we need to flip it, and we really need a mentor, as opposed to just meeting more people and chatting.
Yes.
We're just kind of filling the air instead of actually moving ourselves and our businesses forward.
Absolutely, because if you think about it, your ability to sell is just your ability to meet more people that are genuinely interested in what you do. So that's not everybody.
Yeah.
But understanding, again, going back to the customer and your market, understanding that a little bit more, and then you can focus on, where do I meet these people? What are their interests? What do we share? So you get a little more focused on your actions.
Yep. And you find that person that will ask you the questions, help you through your challenges.
Yes.
I'm learning so much. I'm so excited. Good. I hope you all are getting inspired out there as well. Please feel free to ask us our questions. Just jump in, type it. I'm trying to make sure I'm going back and forth and not being too rude to anyone in the conversation. Sure. Okay. So now, if there is a young woman or any woman out there watching right now who wants to start their own business, or who already has, what advice would you give her about how to pursue her dreams? I mean, we've talked about finding a mentor, someone to ask questions to and help us through potential challenges, or even just someone to talk to in general. What's another bit of advice?
That's a big question,
right?
That's a big question.
It is.
I feel that based on my journey, if there was one thing that I would have liked to know before, it's not that much on the technicality of business, because that's a skill. You can learn skills.
Yes.
But it's more on get to know yourself.
Oh.
Because we have I don't know, I can just only speak from my experience, but I felt that I had to adopt other people's behavior, and more so being the only female, blah, blah, blah. But it feels that we try to become something else, right? And even now we go through all kinds of education programs to help us be a better entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And we want to become a marketer. We want to become an accountant. And I don't feel it's the best use of our energy. The more we understand our strength and the value add, the more first we are able to ask for the sale, because we understand our value, and not waste time into those 80% activity that does not bring anything.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes perfect sense. It's that you're not trying to imitate. Basically, it's again the shiny object, you know,
Right.
chasing that, or I need to be more like this person, or that advertisement, or it's understanding, you know what, this is who I am, this is my business, and this is what I'm bringing to the world, and believing in that, and in believing in your messaging, and once you have that, then hopefully you'll get less bogged down. Right?
Yeah.
Less distracted by all the different shiny things that come your way.
No, absolutely. And I think it's about your own evolution. Your business will evolve as much as you can evolve. So, and very often we let that piece aside, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So that includes the self-care. I mean, everything.
Yes.
What will make you grow so you can better serve the world? I know I'm a very topic person, but I like
No, that's it. And that, I mean, that is what Ilsa Fragrances is all about too, you know, is helping people to believe in themselves, so that they can grow, so that they can do what they are truly meant to do, and what they want to do.
Right.
Okay, so our last question is a fun fact.
Oh.
Now, you knit for charity?
I do.
Tell us
I'm
more
a
about
knitting
this.
freak. That is my therapy.
Yeah.
That's my own therapy. So people usually believe I'm extrovert because I'm very social. I'm all over the place. I'm actually an introvert. So I love you people. But I do need my little downtime. And the only way to stop my brain is doing that, not mechanical, but that repetitive.
It is soothing when you're doing,
It's like meditation to me. So all my friends got sweaters and hats and gloves, and everybody like, okay, stop, enough.
You have to
so
start.
I had to find another outlet.
That's hilarious.
So I did find a
they're saying, we love you, but
but stop it. So I just bumped into near me a retiree center that do need for charity. So I'm an honorary member because I'm too young, even though I'm too young to join the club. So they give me yarn, and we do projects for children's hospital, homeless, military, all kind of things.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So
if you want a sweater, please tell me.
That's right. If you want a sweater, Carine is ready to knit you one. That is awesome and great, and and another just creative outlet, and I imagine that the de-stress, because again, it's the self-care, right, and making sure that we're doing things for ourselves as well.
Absolutely.
Incredible. All right, thank you, Amy. People can pick up on a genuine person.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Fantastic. Okay, well, we are going to go ahead and close up unless any of you out there have any questions. I want to say thank you so much for joining us on today's Coffee and Conversation. I hope you enjoyed it. It was, it definitely, for me, I saw there was a mirror, and I saw a reflection, and it hit on so many things that I struggle with, I am challenged with as an entrepreneur. So thank you, Q. I hope you enjoyed it. Are you in the Phoenix area and would you like to participate on the next Coffee and Conversation? Please message us here on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. Do you know a fabulous woman in Phoenix? What's your business called? Oh, Amy, thank you. I missed the very beginning. So your business, Carine, where can people find you?
Oh,
again.
So my company is called Altima Business Solutions. Altima, like the car. And you can find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, all over the place. And you can find me. Please connect with me. I'm always happy to have, again, just conversation with women.
Yes.
Particularly.
Yeah.
So I look forward to connecting with you guys.
All right, thank you. And so let's support one another in achieving our dreams. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time.
Bye.
All right. I think that's it.
I don't know.
I think, maybe not. Am I still live? There we go. Or no, it wants me to rotate my phone.
So you cannot rotate while you're alive.